Y'all have got to see this.
I'm going to tell you the tough questions that I'm going to ask you before we get there. I'll tell you what they are.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look.
Hunter, I want to be able to speak without offending you. I'm going to be blunt.
If we finally beat Medicare.
I have seen your dad on air fumble his words and seemingly forget what he's talking about.
It makes me uncomfortable.
You are
to
no.
watch somebody on stage
That's so amazing.
The reason that I'm sitting here is I've heard you say that, and you don't come from it with the cruelty.
Did you see much of that when you had meetings and interactions with President Biden during his term?
I think that Jake Tapper is a pompous, arrogant fuck.
I'm going to ask you some tough questions about Burisma.
Tony Bobulinski claims to know me so well. You know how many times I met Tony Bobulinski? Maybe 4, maybe 3 times.
Hunter Biden wrote to his Chinese business associate, Raymond Zhao, "I'm sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled."
Your old man is in a position of major influence.
At the end of July, it's important to note, Jim Biden was broke. Hunter Biden was broke.
So you had to shut pretty much everything down.
Shut everything down.
The fact that your dad just took VP.
And I had to rebuild. And I didn't have any savings. I had 3 girls, all private school at the time.
If the gentlelady wants to hear from Hunter Biden, we can hear from him right now, Mr. Chairman. Let's take a vote and hear from Hunter Biden.
How would people approach you? How would they try to manipulate you?
It had to do with was starting a U.S. entity of a Chinese energy firm.
I think that Hunter Biden should be arrested right here, right now, and go straight to jail.
You are the assistant director of FBI Cyber. I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is.
I'm going to ask you some tough questions about the laptop. One question that a lot of people have is the 10% for the big guy remark.
When Joe Biden's son Beau passed away from brain cancer in 2015, his widow Hallie, 2 children, and brother Hunter were by his side.
Tell the story about your brother's ex-wife and you.
President Biden is speaking out tonight about whether or not he would pardon his son in his federal gun case, as the jury heard from the government's key witness, the president's own daughter-in-law, Hallie Biden.
My marriage of 22 years began to falter, and I ended up on my own for the first time in my life.
Is Beau's death what sent you down the path of addiction?
In that period of time, directly after Beau's death, they said I didn't have the availability of my dad for the first time in my life.
The thing that makes you look very guilty is the pardon.
No one can be trusted, and everyone is the enemy, and chaos is the only answer. Violence is the only answer, and that's what we're being driven towards. Some motherfucker stole my sister's trauma diary and sold it to Don Jr.?
2 people from Florida have pleaded guilty to stealing and selling the private diary of President Biden's daughter, Ashley.
And then created a idea that my father was a pedophile?
I cannot fucking stand the way the Afghan withdrawal happened. I don't even want to talk about it because it's going to get me into a really dark place. And other than that, we're just having a discussion. Would it be fair to say that Burisma could have potentially supplied the vast majority of natural gas to Europe?
No.
No.
No, not absolutely not. Burisma's, almost all of Burisma's natural gas supply, the production, was internal to Ukraine.
Back in 2014, Hunter Biden took a paid position on the board of Burisma Holdings, a large natural gas producer in Ukraine. The company said they were bringing in Biden to help with, quote, transparency, corporate governance, and responsibility.
It's from a guy named James Gilliard, along with Tony Bobulinski.
Bobulinski.
Yeah.
A newly revealed email from 2015 shows what Hunter Biden's, quote, ultimate purpose was with the Ukrainian company Burisma.
James Gilliard sends a email, not me, sends an email to 6 other people, including Tony Bobulinski, in which I'm CC'd on, in which he proposes equity splits, of which he says 10% for the big guy. And I sit here and I talk about, like, the laptop, or I was on the board of a company, Burisma. You see what they're doing, man? I don't care what you think about anything. I don't know how you can look at what they're doing in the way in which they are profiting off the presidency. And that's just the tip of the fucking iceberg.
Well, don't forget about Gaza.
Jared Kushner has flat out stated that Gaza is all about a real estate play.